After today's video, you are going to be an expert in everything HIV and AIDS. Today, we're going to be learning everything we need to know about what is HIV, how HIV spreads, what is AIDS. If it's your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there, and let's get straight into HIV. So to understand this a bit better, I'm going to say it in the form of a story. So meet Mr. Mutu. Mr. Mutu is from the country of Parayapa. And Mr. Mutu is the best ever spy you can ever find. He can change himself into any getup he wants. And every time he changes his getup, no one in their world recognizes him. So Mutu's country, Parayapa, has a war with this other country called promiscuity. But instead of going directly and attacking them, instead of like sending planes and tanks and ships and bombing them, they thought of something very, very smart. They will send the one-man army. They will send Mr. Mutu into the country and destroy them. So Mr. Mutu takes a flight, goes over to the other country, and when he lands there, he starts surveying, he starts learning everything about the country. He learns which is the most important defense mechanism of the country, and it happens to be the police department of the country of promiscuity. So what he does, he changes his getup, he puts on his makeup and everything. He goes over to the police station. He sees how the big officers dress up, how they talk, how they walk. He learns every skill he can get, and within a few days, he changes everything and assimilates himself as a big officer there. And this police department has a training course every month, where every month they train new police officers to go and take care of the country. And every big officer is in charge of 30 other student police officers so they can train them. So everyone was training their own juniors correctly except for Mutu. Mutu was infusing them with his own ideology on how to destroy the country. And every time they graduate, he sends these 30 people who are thoroughly brainwashed to other police departments so they can assimilate themselves there and start training more people. And all of a sudden, when the crime level started going up, the government got alert. They knew that something was wrong, but they didn't know what was wrong yet. Because so many people were coming out. Yes, they were bad, and most of them were stupidly bad because they weren't perfect. But there were so many corrupt officers coming out right now, because every month 30 comes out, every month 30 comes out. So what they did, they made everything very, very tight. Mutu started becoming very cautious. So he changed his getup again and went to a different police department to do the same thing. But this time he was smart. He didn't want to train 30 people all together, but from every batch, he trained 5 of them, brainwashed 5 of them. And Mutu is a very, very patient person. So he stayed there in that country for 10 years, training 5 people at a time every month to corrupt the other police officers. And after 10 years, there were more corrupt officers in the police department than there were good police officers. And crime started going up like nobody's business. There were murders, theft, rape, robbery, everything was going on. Mutu has succeeded. The country has been destroyed. Now, what does this story have to do with HIV AIDS? It's the exact same thing. Imagine Mutu as the HIV virus. HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. So this virus, in my opinion, it's one of the smartest viruses ever. The moment it invades the body, it'll check out where is the body's defense system and embed itself inside the immune cells of the body. HIV is a single-strand RNA virus. That means there's only one strand of genetic material for the virus. So the moment the virus gets inside the body, it'll use the other chemicals and create a clone of itself so it looks like a double strand, looks like our own DNA, and assimilate itself inside the immune cell's DNA. Now, every time there's an infection, other infection, the immune cells have to start reproducing very fast to fight the infection. And without the immune cell realizing, as it's dividing itself, it's producing more of this HIV virus. And as I said, Mutu's trainings aren't perfect, but the number is a lot. Same thing with HIV. The other HIV virus that this main virus creates are not perfect. HIV is very famous for making mistakes. But even though the DNA structure itself is mistaken, the function of the virus still remains. It still destroys the immune cells. And for the first 12 weeks, this HIV cell, which first embedded inside the immune cell's DNA, starts producing so many daughter cells and just pumps it out so they go infect everywhere. This is what we call as the acute phase. And during this time, that's when the body will start realizing something is wrong. There's a sudden spike of viruses in the body. So the body will tighten all the immune system, tighten the defense system of the body. And this is where the HIV virus starts becoming more cautious. Now, it's where the latent phase, the clinical latent phase of HIV virus starts. And as I said, this takes 2 to 10 years. And during this duration, this HIV virus will continue to slowly reproduce daughter cells after daughter cells, invading all the immune cells, destroying your immunity slowly, block by block. And as time progresses, the number of your proper immune cells, the good police officers, steadily goes down. And at the same time, the number of the viruses steadily goes up. And there comes a time when the body can't handle even simple infection, even simple flu. The body does not have the capability of fighting this flu anymore. Now, the body is completely destroyed. There's no defense system for the body. And that's what kills most HIV patients. Simple things like flu, fever, cancer, things which our normal body is able to handle, but in this case, when the immune system is completely destroyed, there's nothing the body can do. And there's something I saw on social media the other day. Someone posted, I don't want to mention any names or what, but someone posted, oh, we've had cancer for decades, we've had HIV for decades, but then nobody can find cure for this, but you expect us to believe COVID, which came 2 years ago, you all already find vaccine, is it? Then they started all this vaccine hoax and stuff. This is the reason why it's so difficult to find vaccine for HIV. It's because HIV is famous for making mistakes. Every time it replicates, it's not the same DNA structure as the original virus. Something is different, And these differences can be so random that you can create millions of different copies from the same virus. That's why it's almost impossible to find a vaccine to target each one of the virus or create millions of vaccines and jab it inside one person. And as for cancer is not an infection. All of us have cancerous cells inside our body. The difference is our immune system always clears it up, always kills these cancerous cells so that normal cells can grow. What causes someone to have cancer is either the body's immune system is so bad that it can't manage these cancerous cells anymore, or you are actively feeding the cancerous cell with more carcinogenic substance like smoking and whatnot. So that's why there is no cure yet for HIV or cancer. And this has nothing to do with COVID vaccine. So when it's your time to get vaccinated, please do get vaccinated. Don't believe all these rumors and hoax. Some fellas say there's what microchip inside the vaccine so people can control your mind. I mean, which government has enough money to implant microchip into every single human being out there? Like, it doesn't make sense. So we've spoken everything about HIV virus. So what is AIDS? AIDS is a condition which happens when your body has too much HIV virus. So AIDS stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which basically means that you acquired a virus which destroyed your immune system. And that's everything you need to know about HIV AIDS. So if you found this video to be valuable, if you learned anything at all from this video, please do share this with your friends and family members. Spread the knowledge so more people can become more aware of this virus. People can protect themselves against this disease. And if anyone in your social circle suspects anything at all, they can go get themselves checked. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, go ahead and smash that subscribe button right there, and please do click the bell icon and click all, because YouTube's algorithm is changing all the time and we want to make sure our videos come and reach you. And until the next informative video, in anything you do, please do your best and be the best version of yourself. Bye bye.